Good morning. Thank you so much for being here today. Can you hear the bird chirping in the background? This is why I love this season. The flowers starting to bloom again, tree coming up, the birds are, I guess they're happy with the weather getting warmer and the pollens that are flying all over the place. And I love it. I love the pollen too. But yeah, thank you so much for being here today. It's really mean a lot to me that someone out there is listening. And today I want to talk about the compound effects, the consistency, the work that we do, the result that we get, a little by little, adding up, snowballing up, just like a stock market. You buy something, and then it went up 2% today, and then 2% tomorrow. You'll see it like it's nothing. But keep on doing that for another week, another 2 weeks, another month, another 2 months. You're looking at, 50, 60% off. That's the crazy part about it. And the same goes in life too. I'm sorry about the neighbor. They're being a little loud. But yeah, same goes in life, I think. Especially with the habits that we do. They all add up. If you have that itch, you scratch it, it's in fine, but you keep on scratching it. Now, you're starting to bleed, but it's helped the itch. And then a couple days later, you get that again. You keep on scratching it, and you keep on scratching that itch over and over a period of time. And now, you have some pretty looking scar. And that's what happened to me. Now I have a pretty good looking scar. And it is that urge, that feeling of wanting to get that quick fix, that ease of comfort in the moment. You know that you're gonna have to pay the consequence, but you do it because it feels good in the moment. And here you are, sitting here looking at your scar, and you're like, fuck, I wish I never did it. But I was so good at being, staying consistent and doing it over and over again. And the same goes for the right habits. You go to the gym. I've been going to the gym for a couple months now, and actually I've been seeing a difference. I've been going to the gym consistently. Been going for a long time, but I keep on quitting. Keep on taking long breaks. Never going back. But lately I've been going consistent and eating more. And I've noticed that I've been gaining weight and look bigger. And I feel better too. Much better. And it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen over a week. It took 2-3 months to get here. And I barely look bigger, but I feel bigger. And that's a hard part to do, to stay consistent. To keep going even when you don't see any noticeable results. Just like this podcast. I'm literally probably on 360 right now, I think. And yet, still just one viewer, just one listener that have been listening. And every day I turn on this podcast, I always have that voice in the back of my mind telling me, why are you still doing this? This podcast is dog shit. Who the fuck in their right mind would want to listen to this shit? Like, seriously. Just call it quit already. Just cut the bullshit and stop wasting your time every morning sitting here talking like a lunatic. Talking to yourself like a fucking crazy. What kind of podcast that doesn't have guests? A podcast that the guy just sitting here talking to himself like a crazy person. You know, these voices in the back of my head. And there are days I don't feel like doing it. And it's true. There are days I don't feel like doing it. And it's hard. It's hard to push yourself out there and be vulnerable. For people to judge, for people to think that you're fucking crazy. Stupid. And you know, I used to feel so insecure about my accent. People were like, oh, I love your accent. You have a good accent. It's great. Yeah. I felt insecure at times because, you know, I felt like an outsider sometimes. But as time grow by and slowly getting used to it. And you're starting to realize that you're never an outsider. We all belong on this earth. And even the people that tell you you're not an outsider, their ancestor were once an outsider. They were once a stranger to this land. And I'm sure the people that we call native people, I'm sure they were once stranger to this land. We are strangers to this land, which is arriving a little later than the other. But right now, we're just getting people words inside our head. You know, we'll just let them get inside our head and then fuck with our emotions. Dictate how we feel. But you really think about it. If you don't give them permission to make you angry, to make you feel upset or anything, then their words means nothing. Or what I would think of this way, you know, like if someone tell you you have red hair, but you clearly have black hair, you would think that they're fucking crazy. What are you talking about? I'm not red hair. I'm black hair. You know what I'm saying? Or it's just a belief. So, if they say you're ugly, and you believe that you're ugly, then you would feel insecure about yourself. But if someone tell you you're ugly, but you thought yourself, I am fucking beautiful, I am fucking handsome. If you think of yourself that way, then you wouldn't feel insecure. you wouldn't, right? Like, you would think this person is fucking crazy. Are you blind or what? You know, like, it's all internal. It is the story that you tell yourself. You tell yourself you're ugly, you're not worthy, you're not good enough, then you would always feel that way. And that's who I am right now. That's the story I tell myself. I'm not enough. I'm not worthy. I'm not handsome. I'm not tall enough. I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not that, I'm not this. And I'm not. All of that. And that's the story I tell myself. So it is not the words that people say to me, but it is a story that I tell myself. And that's why whenever those words come up, when people say, "Oh, you have a really good accent," I always take it as an insult. Now I realize it. See, this is why I love this fucking podcast, because now as all of my thoughts come out, it's like writing a journal, but using a microphone. That's probably why I haven't been writing my journal lately. I haven't been writing for months, actually, because I've been doing this. It's like I don't feel like the need of writing a journal anymore. But it's fucking crazy, isn't it? Now, like, I've realized why I get a little angry the other day when that girl told me that I have a great accent, because she asked me where I came from, and I told her I was born and raised in Vietnam, and I moved here. She was like, "Oh yeah, you have a great accent." Oh no, she said, "Your English is great." And I'm like, "Thanks." But I thought it was an insult. And now I'm realizing that it is because of the story I tell myself. I keep on telling myself that I'm an outsider. I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. I'm not like everybody else here. And it's just not just with that, but everything else too. The story I tell myself. I am a bad podcaster. I'm a bad investor. I am a bad lover. A bad friend. A not worthy person. These stories that I tell myself, they stuck. And maybe I just need to tell myself a different story. And when you ask people, and they'll say, it is not that simple. But what if it is? What if it is? Just gotta be delusional enough to brainwash yourself, to tell yourself to believe a different story that you want to have for yourself. What if you are capable? What if you are worthy? What if this podcast is one of the greatest podcasts on earth that hasn't been discovered? a hidden gem that hasn't been discovered by the world. The value that had been shown yet. What if my height is a perfect height? Not too tall, not too short. What if this is the perfect height for longevity? What if the place where I came from, it's not something I look down to, but it's something I should celebrate, something I should to be proud of. What if the accent I have is not something I should be insecure about, but it's something I should show off? You know? It is the story that I tell myself consistently every day. Maybe I should need to flip the switch and tell myself a different story. And I am not that person anymore. I am not that person who's fucked up, who dwell onto the past, who keep on thinking that the grass is always greener on the other side. But instead, what if the grass is greener where you water it, where it's get water? You just gotta water a little bit more, and you won't see it today. You won't see it tomorrow. The results, even a week, it won't come. But you keep on doing it. A month, 2 months later, you take a picture, you compare it to the first day, you will see the difference. And it's the same for everything in life. Cut the bad shit, add the good stuff. One day at a time. Cut the bad shit, add the good stuff. One day, and another day, and another day. And the next day you cut the bullshit, you add the good stuff. Another day, another day, another day. And slowly, all the bullshit, all the dog shit, slowly dripping away from your life. And now you have all these good shit piling up. But the hard part is to make the decision and stick with it. The hard part is to say no to the things that feels good. Say no to the things that feels so fucking good right now. But tomorrow you'll feel like shit. Tomorrow you look back and you'll be like, fuck, I wish I didn't do that. If I didn't do that, I wouldn't feel like shit right now. You know, those things. We all have those things, and we know exactly what they are. Once it's not willing to give them up. But sometimes the hardest thing is to find the will to walk away. Walk away from the things that keep you not stuck here. Stuck here in this point in life where it was so desperate to escape. But I think that's what makes life so beautiful. Humans so fucking complex because we have the ability to change. We have the ability to make choices, to make decisions. Good things are yet to come. Just gotta have some faith in yourself, and you'll see it. I hope that will happen to me. But you gotta keep on going. Gotta keep on trying. Because it'll be worth it in the end. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you in the next one.